Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to all other participants. मैं आपको जो है सजेशंस फॉर इम्प्रूवमेंट ऑफ डीपीआर, ये टॉपिक पीछे दिया गया था क्योंकि हमारी सारी जितनी भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं वो डीपीआर की वजह से हो रही थी। तो उसके बारे में इसको काफ़ी स्टेक होल्डर से बात करने के बाद में ये अटेम्प्ट किया गया और उसके बाद कुछ फॉर्मुलेशंस करके इसको एक प्रोसेस को डिज़ाइन किया गया। तो उसमें हमारे 3 तरीके के सजेशंस थे। एक बिडिंग प्रोसेस का सजेशन था, एक इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ डीपीआर का सजेशन था और उसके साथ साथ मेजर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के लिए जो शेड्यूल बी और सी में जिस तरीके की भी प्रॉब्लम्स आती थी उन सारी प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉर्ट आउट करने के लिए, क्योंकि इसमें प्रॉब्लम्स ज़्यादातर इस तरीके की थी कि कंसल्टेंट्स जो हमारे बनाते थे शेड्यूल बी और सी, उसमें वो शेड्यूल डी का हवाला दे देते थे और कोई बहुत चीज़ों को बहुत क्लैरिफाई नहीं करते थे। तो क्लैरिफाई नहीं करने की वजह से, क्योंकि शेड्यूल डी में तो हमारे स्पेसिफिकेशन नंबर ऑफ आइटम्स के हैं, अगर आप किसी भी आइटम को रेफर करेंगे तो उसमें 50 तरीके की अगर आइटम्स हैं सबके रेफरेंसेस हैं। तो इससे बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स होती थी। कंसेशनर अपनी तरीके से करने की कोशिश करते थे, हम किसी तरीके से अपने आप को जो शेड्यूल बी में होता था उससे कराने की कोशिश करते थे। तो बहुत एक कन्फ्यूज़न क्रिएट होता था। तो इस चीज़ को देने के लिए हम लोगों ने एक ड्राफ्ट एक शेड्यूल बी और सी प्रिपेयर किया, जो कि आपको ऑलरेडी सर्कुलेट किया जा चुका है और उसके बेसिस पे ही अभी डीपीआर बनाने की बात हो रही है। बिडिंग प्रोसेस को मैं थोड़ा सा स्किप करूंगा क्योंकि इसमें बिडिंग प्रोसेस हेडक्वार्टर से डील होती है, लेकिन मेजर चीज़ बता देता हूं मैं इसमें कि एक एसोसिएट पार्टनर की क्लॉज थी जिसको केवल हम 25% टेक्निकल क्वालिफिकेशन के साथ साथ उसको इंक्लूड कर देते थे और वही सारी चीज़ों को करता था। तो इस चीज़ को हमने डिसकंटिन्यू करने की सिफारिश की थी। अब ये अभी क्या कहते हैं डिसकंटिन्यू हुआ है नहीं, ये मेरे को थोड़ा आइडिया नहीं है, इसके बारे में आप लोग क्लैरिफाई कर सकते हैं। टाइम फ्रेम था जो पहले बहुत कम दिया जाता था कि 6 महीने में 8 महीने में बना लीजिए, लेकिन प्रैक्टिकली ये पॉसिबल नहीं होता था क्योंकि अलाइनमेंट ऑप्शन स्टडी भी हमारे यहाँ पहले बहुत सारे अलाइनमेंट हम लोग बनाते हैं, फिर उसके ऊपर एक जीरो डाउन करते हैं, फिर उसकी डिटेल्ड इन्वेस्टिगेशन करते हैं, तब जाके हमारी डीपीआर शुरू होती है। और उसके साथ साथ ही उसमें जो प्रपोजल्स होते हैं फॉरेस्ट के और लैंड एक्विजिशन के, उसमें समय लगता है। तो डीपीआर हेस्टली बनवाने से ज़्यादातर प्रोजेक्ट्स में हमें प्रॉब्लम आई और हम लोग जो है अवार्ड करके भी बैठ गए, लेकिन फाइनली जो है प्रोजेक्ट्स की अपॉइंटेड डेट नहीं हो पाई है क्योंकि फॉरेस्ट क्लियरेंसेस भी अभी तक बहुत ज़्यादा कई जगहों पे पेंडिंग है। इसमें एक और चीज़ थी कि टेक्नोलॉजिकल प्रोवाइडर, आप इसको अपने ऑनगोइंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स में देख सकते हैं कि जो टेक्नोलॉजिकल प्रोवाइडर हैं वो लोग कंसल्टेंट क्या करते हैं कि साहब ये स्पेशल टेक्नोलॉजी है, इसकी वजह से हम लोग जो है इसका काम को सबलेट कर दे रहे हैं। और डीपीआर कंसल्टेंट का जो मेन कंसल्टेंट होता है वो कुछ भी नहीं करता और उसके एसोसिएट पार्टनर ही सब कुछ करते रहते हैं, जिससे कि हमें क्वालिटी डीपीआर नहीं मिलती है। जैसे कि उसमें सर्वे है, एनएसवी इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, इस तरीके की टेक्नोलॉजी के चलते वो अपने सारा काम एसोसिएट से कराने की कोशिश करते हैं। लेकिन आज की डेट में बहुत सारी जितनी भी एजेंसीज हैं वो सब अवेलेबल है हमारे पे और उनका एक्रेडिशन भी है। तो आज की डेट में हम उसको मना कर सकते हैं कि भाई एसोसिएट पार्टनर ना लगाएं और मेन पार्टनर ही उस काम को एग्जीक्यूट करे जिसको मेन पार्टनर ने जिस काम को लिया है वो। इसके साथ साथ जितनी भी डीपीआर कंसल्टेंट अपनी स्पेशल टाइप की प्रोसेसेस को फॉलो करता है उस तरीके की प्रोसेसेस को भी क्या कहते हैं बताए अपने रिपोर्ट में एट द पार्ट ऑफ एग्जीक्यूटिव समरी, जिससे कि हमें पता लगे कि इस तरीके के प्रोजेक्ट्स पे ये स्पेशल चीज़ डीपीआर कंसल्टेंट ने की है, तो आगे के प्रोजेक्ट्स पे भी हम उसको फॉलो अप कर सकें और हमें एक प्रॉपर तरीके से पूरा हम एक डाटा बैंक बना सकें कि अगर हमारा से अगर ग्रीन फील्ड प्रोजेक्ट है तो उस पर हमें किस तरीके से एक्ट करना है, अगर केवल ब्राउन फील्ड है तो उस पर किस तरीके से एक्ट करना है, कहीं स्पेशल ब्रिज की रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं तो उस पर किस तरीके से एक्ट करना है। एक और बहुत समस्या आती थी बार बार कि एक्सेस टू सेकेंडरी डाटा, हम लोग जो है हमारे जितने भी ऑफिसर्स हैं सेकेंडरी डाटा उसको उपलब्ध नहीं कराते हैं। अब ब्रिजेस के केस में स्पेशली सेकेंडरी डाटा उपलब्ध कराना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है कि जितने भी अपस्ट्रीम पे और जितने भी ब्रिजेस वगैरह बने हुए हैं, अगर आप उसको बनाने जा रहे हैं, एक नया ब्रिज बनाने जा रहे हैं, तो लोकल जो है जहाँ पे भी पीडब्ल्यूडी है या इरिगेशन है या जो भी अथॉरिटी है जिसका वो ब्रिज है, तो उसके साथ में कोऑर्डिनेट करके वो डाटा उन कंसल्टेंट्स को दिलाना बहुत ज़रूरी है। अदरवाइज अगर सेकेंडरी डाटा नहीं मिलता है तो कहीं वो टीयर्स का जो है जितना भी उसको वेंट देना चाहिए डिस्चार्ज की वजह से उतना नहीं देता है, कहीं कम कर देता है, कहीं ज़्यादा कर देता है, कहीं नहर है उसमें एक उसको सिंगल स्पैन से क्लियर कराना चाहिए तो उसके नहर के बीचों बीच जो है वो पीयर दे देता है। वो इस तरीके की घटनाएं होती हैं। तो वो सारी जब भी चीज ठीक हो सकती है जबकि हम उसको ऑलरेडी इस तरीके का डाटा प्रोवाइड कराएं कि भाई अपस्ट्रीम में क्या किस तरीके के ब्रिजेस बने हुए हैं, जिससे कि वो डाउन स्ट्रीम में जो भी ब्रिज बनाना चाह रहा है वो उसके बेसिस पे उसका वाटर वे, उसका डिस्चार्ज प्रॉपरली उसको डिसाइड कर सके। एक एक्सटेंशन ऑफ टाइम के बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा ये थोड़ा सा हम लोगों का बैकलॉग है कि मतलब हमारे माइंड में एक सेटअप है कि कंसल्टेंट अगर काम कर रहा है तो इसको ईओटी हमें फाइनेंशियल उसके साथ नहीं देनी चाहिए, क्योंकि लेकिन हम ये भूल जा रहे हैं कि इसमें बहुत सारे इश्यूज होते हैं जिसमें हमारी वजह से डिले होता चला जाता है। और अगर उसको एक्सटेंशन ऑफ टाइम अगर हम लोग फाइनेंशियल पेमेंट के साथ नहीं देते हैं तो दिक्कत ये होती है कि उसके सारे के सारे जो की पर्सनल हैं जिन्होंने इनिशियली इस प्रोजेक्ट पे काम किया है वो सब चले जाते हैं और बाद में कुछ जूनियर्स लोग उसको फॉलो अप करते रहते हैं एनएचएआई के साथ। तो वो सारी डीपीआर वहीं पे हमारी जो है लो स्टैंडर्ड और सब स्टैंडर्ड हो जाती है। इसलिए जरूरी है कि जो सीनियर लोग उस पर शुरू से लगे हुए हैं वो लास्ट तक लगे रहें। एक बेटर असेसमेंट जो है ये एक मेजर क्राइटेरिया है कि हम लोग ट्रैफिक मॉडलिंग जरूर कराएं। इसके बारे में ऑलरेडी बात हुई थी, ऑलरेडी इन्होंने कंसल्टेंट जो हमारे यहाँ हेडक्वार्टर में लगे हैं उन्होंने कुछ मॉडलिंग की भी है भारतमाला प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए, उसको भी देखें। और अगर ये अवेलेबल भी नहीं है तो ये आरओज अपने स्तर से भी इसको सारे अपने स्टेट के डाटा को कलेक्ट करके एक बार एक मॉडलिंग करा सकते हैं, जिससे कि बहुत सारे अभी हमारे विजन 2047 में अनदर 20,000 किलोमीटर्स के जो एक्सप्रेसवेज आ रहे हैं, अगर उस पर हम लोग इस चीज़ को ट्रैफिक डाटा को अगर रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम को प्रॉपरली अगर डिफाइन नहीं कर पाएंगे तो हमारे लिए बहुत मुश्किल होगा कि हम कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट बीओटी पे नहीं ला पाएंगे और हम लोग केवल ईपीसी पे और क्या कहते हैं इस पे हम पे ही बनवाते रह जाएंगे। आज की डेट में जो गवर्नमेंट का इनिशिएटिव है वो चाहते हैं कुछ प्रोजेक्ट बीओटी पे भी आए जिससे कि गवर्नमेंट मनी कम से कम इन्वॉल्व हो सके। तो उसके लिए ये बहुत जरूरी है कि हमारी रेवेन्यू मॉडलिंग जो है वो इतनी परफेक्ट हो कि लोग जो है बैंकों का भी और जितने अदर स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, फाइनेंशियल कंपनीज हैं एंड तो उन लोगों को भी बहुत ज़्यादा इस पे हम लोगों का ये आए कि हाँ इतना रेवेन्यू इन्होंने डिसाइड किया है तो इतना रेवेन्यू आएगा, तभी वो उस प्रोजेक्ट को फंड करने के लिए तैयार हो सकते हैं। अभी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की बात आई है तो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में डीपीआर बनवाते समय हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें देखते हैं, लेकिन हम लोगों को जो एक स्टेप लेना है वो बहुत ज़रूरी ये है कि हम लोग एलए कराने जाते हैं या किसी और चीज़ के लिए जाते हैं तो हम पब्लिक कंसल्टेशन करना बहुत ज़्यादा समय अवॉइड करते हैं। पब्लिक कंसल्टेशन हमको अवॉइड नहीं करनी है। जितने भी वहाँ लोकल लीडर्स हैं, जो एमपी हैं, एमएलएज हैं, जितने भी डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट्स हैं, उनके साथ में एक मीटिंग करानी बहुत ज़रूरी है। अदरवाइज हम लोगों को पता ही नहीं चलता कि वो लोग क्या चाहते हैं और बाद में हम उन्हीं चीज़ों का सीओएस के हिसाब जो है अभी मंत्री ने कह दिया, अभी किसी एमपी ने कह दिया, कोई एमएलए काम नहीं करने दे रहा है। तो अगर इस तरीके की पब्लिक कंसल्टेशंस होती रहेंगी तब उन लोगों को पता रहेगा और उसके मिनट्स जारी कराएं हम लोग डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को अपने साथ में मिला के, चाहे डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट हो या एडिशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट हो, जिससे कि ये चीज़ें जॉट डाउन हो और हमको क्लियर हो कि भाई यहाँ पे अगर हम बना रहे हैं तो हमने प्रॉपर एक पब्लिक कंसल्टेशन किया है। सेकंड चीज़ है इसमें कि टाइमली प्रोसेसिंग ऑफ एनवायरमेंटल और फॉरेस्ट प्रपोजल। अभी अभी लैंड एक्विजिशन के प्रपोजल्स, फॉरेस्ट के प्रपोजल्स और जो है एनवायरनमेंट के प्रपोजल्स हमारे इतने ज़्यादा पेंडिंग हैं जिसकी वजह से मैं अभी एज ए डीआरबी जो है 5 प्रोजेक्ट्स पे जा रहा हूँ, उसमें 3 प्रोजेक्ट्स की अपॉइंटेड डेट नहीं हो पा रही है बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट कि ये वहाँ पे अभी तक जो है फॉरेस्ट के प्रपोजल्स ही क्लियर नहीं हुए और उसका अभी भी ये पता नहीं है कि भाई आगे 3 महीने में होंगे, 2 महीने में होंगे। एवरी टाइम वी आर लिस्टिंग के साथ 2 महीने में हो जाएंगे, बट हम सब लोगों को मालूम है कि इट ऑलवेज टेक्स टाइम। अगर हम डीपीआर के साथ ही पैरेलल उन सारे प्रोसेसेस को शुरू करा देंगे देन ओनली वी कैन अचीव दिस टारगेट कि हमारा डीपीआर जब आए और अवार्ड होने के तुरंत जो 30 दिन का या 90 दिन का जो और या 150 दिन का जो हमारा टारगेट रहता है डिफरेंट टाइप के प्रोजेक्ट्स में कि हम अपॉइंटेड डेट कर सकें, हम तभी कर सकते हैं, अदरवाइज नहीं कर सकते हैं। लैंड एक्विजिशन में भी सेम तरीके की चीज़ें आ रही हैं कि हम लोग बिडिंग के प्रोसेस में तो आ जाते हैं कि 3D हमारा हो गया तो हम बिडिंग प्रोसेस के लिए अलाउ कर देते हैं, लेकिन जब तक हमारे पास पोजीशन नहीं आता जब बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं। अभी बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स ऐसे हैं जिसमें प्रोजेक्ट्स का इनिशियल कंप्लीशन पीरियड खत्म हो गया लेकिन अभी तक हम वहाँ पे लैंड नहीं दे पाए हैं। तो इस तरीके के बहुत सारे केसेस आते हैं जो बाद में सीओएस भी बनते हैं, क्लेम्स भी बनते हैं। तो इनको अवॉइड करने के लिए ज़रूरी है कि आप इस पे इन चीज़ों को अपना मिटिगेशन मेजर्स लें। जो भी चीज़ें हो सकती हैं आसपास की चीज़ों को देखते हुए, अगर लैंड एक्विजिशन में कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स है, कभी कभी बहुत ज़्यादा समस्याएं आती हैं कि रेट्स के बारे में समस्याएं आती हैं कि वो लोग जो है हमारा जो सर्किल रेट है उससे ज़्यादा देना चाहते हैं। तो इस तरीके के प्रॉब्लम्स के लिए भी जो है एक सॉल्यूशन है कि भाई आप वहाँ पे डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट को या प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी पीडब्ल्यूडी को या रेवेन्यू को बात करके आप एक कमेटी बनवा दी 4-5 लोगों की, जिससे कि वो लोग एक फर्म रेट को डिसाइड कर दें, जिससे कि क्लियरली जो बात हो वो एनएचएआई के किसी पीडी या आरओ के ऊपर में नहीं आए। एक 5-7 लोग मिलकर अगर जिस कमेटी को स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की डिसाइड कर देंगे भाई ये रेट देना है, तो इट विल बी एज गुड एज कि वो सर्किल रेट की तरह से ही होगा और उसको देने में हमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी। अभी स्पेशली जैसे पंजाब में हो रहा है, बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स में हम लोग पैसा नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, इसीलिए नहीं दे पा रहे हैं कि भाई वो हमारी जो गाइडिंग फैक्टर है, गाइडिंग वैल्यू है, उससे ज़्यादा मांगते हैं। बट उसकी केस की वजह से नुकसान हम लोगों का ये हो रहा है कि हम लोग प्रोजेक्ट्स को कंप्लीट नहीं करा पा रहे हैं, आधे अधूरे हमारे प्रोजेक्ट्स पड़े हुए हैं और हम लोग जो है लैंड नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, जिसकी वजह से एस्केलेशन पेमेंट भी एनएचआई को बियर करना पड़ रहा है। एट द सेम टाइम जो टाइम जा रहा है, आप कितना भी जो कैंसिलेशन करते रहिए, लेकिन उसके क्लेम्स हमारे पास लेटर ऑन आने ही वाले हैं, जिसके लिए हम बाद में पैसा हमको देना पड़ेगा। तो इस चीज़ के लिए जरूरी है कि हम एनफोर्समेंट के ऊपर डीपीआर स्टेज से ही बहुत ध्यान दें, और इसमें जितना भी रोल है पीडी का और उसका रहेगा। अभी डीपीआर सेल की भी एक स्थापना हो रही है एनएचआई हेडक्वार्टर में, वो लोग भी इसको ओवरसी करेंगे। बट इसमें मेन रोल जो है प्रोजेक्ट डायरेक्टर्स का, और उसमें पीआईयू में जो भी एसोसिएट ऑफिसर्स रहेंगे उनका बहुत ज़्यादा होगा। इसके बाद एक शेड्यूल बी और सी का स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन हमने किया है, जिसमें मेजर प्रॉब्लम यहाँ पे शेड्यूल बी और सी का स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन करने का ये था कि अभी तक हमारे यहाँ कई बार मैंने इस कॉन्सेप्ट को पहले भी क्लियर किया है, एक पुरानी वीसी में भी क्लियर किया था, लेकिन अभी भी साइट पे हम लोग जब जा रहे हैं, मतलब एज ए डीआर भी जा रहे हैं, तो हमें इस बात का अफसोस है कि लोगों को ये नहीं मालूम है आज की डेट में भी कि हमारे स्कोप और डिज़ाइन में क्या फ़र्क है। हम अपना स्कोप डिफाइन करते हैं शेड्यूल बी और सी के साथ, और डिज़ाइन का लिखते हैं हम हमेशा से कि वो कंसेशनर की और कॉन्ट्रैक्टर की जिम्मेदारी है, लेकिन वो कॉन्ट्रैक्टर कंसेशनर अपनी उस डिज़ाइन की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी समझते हुए वो हमारे स्कोप के सारी चीज़ों को चेंज कर दे रहे हैं, जिसकी वजह से हम लोगों को सीओएस भी आ रहे हैं और हम लोग जो है उसमें प्रॉब्लम्स में भी आ रहे हैं कि हमारे जो भी स्कोप हैं वो चेंज होते चले जा रहे हैं। तो हमें स्कोप को चेंज नहीं होने देना है। स्कोप हमारे जो भी चीज़ हमने लिखा है, हमें किसी भी तरीके हमने लिखा कि एक पुल बनाना है, उसका जो है वो मान लीजिए पीएससी गर्डर टाइप का होगा, तो उसको पीएससी गर्डर ही होना है, चाहे उसमें जो उसका डिज़ाइन, जो कंपोनेंट्स का डिज़ाइन होगा वो कंसेशनर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर की जिम्मेदारी है, वो हम लोग नहीं देते हैं, लेकिन उसको बनाना उसी तरीके का पुल है जिस तरीके के पुल की हमने उसमें बात की है। अपने शेड्यूल बी सी और सी को बहुत केयरफुली जो है डिज़ाइन कंसल्टेंट के साथ फाइनल करते समय में देखें। प्रोजेक्ट साइटों को विजिट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। आप क्या कहते हैं, ऑफिस में बैठ के इसका डीपीआर का जो है फाइनलाइजेशन नहीं हो सकता है, इसीलिए हेडक्वार्टर ने भी एक स्पेशल एफर्ट्स करके एक टीम यहाँ बन रही है, जो कि लोग जाएंगे भी, उसको देखेंगे भी, हर स्टेज पे उसको ओवरसी करेंगे। बट स्टिल जो है, जो प्रोजेक्ट पे साइट पे लोग उपलब्ध हैं, वही लोग जो है मास्टर्स हैं वहाँ के, और उस लोकेलिटी को भी जानते हैं जहाँ पे ये काम होने वाला है, तो उन लोगों के ऊपर अभी भी बहुत ग्रेटर तरीके की जिम्मेदारी है। तो ये बहुत सारे प्रश्न आए थे हमारे सामने, उसमें हमने किया है। तो पहला इसमें सजेशंस है शेड्यूल के प्रजेशन करने के लिए कि हम लोग पब्लिक कंसल्टेशन करें। अगर हम लोग ये पब्लिक कंसल्टेशन करेंगे तो हमें पता लग जाएगा कि गांव वाले, मान लीजिए बाईपास पे जा रहे हैं, तो गांव वाले कहाँ कहाँ पे क्या क्या चीज़ चाहते हैं, हम उसको पहले से ही अपने उसमें करके चलेंगे, अपने डीपीआर में उसका प्रोविज़न रख के चलेंगे, तो ये बाद में ना तो वर्क रुकने की प्रॉब्लम आएगी, जो हम अक्सर सुनते हैं कि गाँव वालों ने काम रोक दिया है, वहाँ बैठ गए हैं, पीडी का घेराव कर लिया है, उस तरीके की समस्याएं खत्म हो जाएंगी, और हमारे काम को आसानी होगी हमें करने में, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को भी आसानी होगी, और अल्टीमेटली हमारे पास में जो फाइनेंशियल क्लेम्स आते हैं वो सारे आने बंद हो जाएंगे। इसी तरीके से एनवायरमेंटल फॉरेस्ट प्रपोजल्स है। देखिए अभी फॉरेस्ट का जो लेटेस्ट सर्कुलर जब आया है, जिसमें हमको जो है नॉन फॉरेस्ट लैंड उनको देनी है, इसके बाद बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स हुई हैं हमारे इस केस में। जो है जब हम वहाँ पे थे तो हमारे आरओ जो वहाँ पे हैं विजयवाड़ा हैं, उन्होंने प्रोजेक्ट वहाँ पे इससे चीफ सेक्रेटरी साहब से बात करके सारी जमीन जो है स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से ही उपलब्ध कराई इन सारे फॉरेस्ट प्रपोजल्स के लिए। जो हमारा विजयवाड़ा से हैदराबाद विजयवाड़ा का जो वो था, सॉरी बेंगलोर विजयवाड़ा का जितने भी प्रोजेक्ट्स थे, उसकी सारी जमीन ये जो है गवर्नमेंट ने दी। ये एक मेजर रीजन हो गया है, उसकी वजह से जितने भी काम है हमारे फॉरेस्ट के रुके हुए हैं, हमारे प्रोजेक्ट प्रपोजल जो है वो नहीं हो पा रहे हैं। तो इस पे भी एक हमारा जो है एक इनिशियल स्टेप बहुत जरूरी है कि हम स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के साथ एक प्रॉपर अपने कोऑर्डिनेशन में आएँ और इन चीज़ों को एब इनिशियो ही हल करें। मतलब हम इसको ना देखें कि भाई हमारे पास में जो है पूरा डीपीआर बन के चली आए, यहाँ पे हम लोग बिडिंग प्रोसेस कंप्लीट कर दें, तब हम देख रहे हैं कि हमारा तो अभी फॉरेस्ट क्लियरेंस नहीं हुआ है। इस प्रोसेस को हमें अब बहुत तेजी से जो है एलिमिनेट करना होगा, और हमको पहले से ही एडवांस में ही एनवायरमेंटल फॉरेस्ट प्रपोजल्स को लेना होगा। अब शेड्यूल में जो कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीज मैं आपको बताता हूं, जैसे हमने विड्थ ऑफ कैरिजवे के बारे में बात की है। हमारे शेड्यूल बी में कहीं भी ये लिखा नहीं होता कि विड्थ ऑफ कैरिजवे हमारी है दैट इज इंक्लूडिंग द कर्व शाइनेस और नॉट। बाद में ये, क्योंकि कर्व शाइनेस हमारा जो है मीडियन का पार्ट होता है, जो कि नेसेसरली हमको बनाना होता है, तो इस चीज को हम डेफिनेटली और क्लियरली अपने शेड्यूल बी में स्पेसिफाई कराएं डिजाइन कंसल्टेंट से कि भाई इसका जो है मतलब है दिस इज इंक्लूडिंग ऑफ द कर्व शाइनेस और एक्सक्लूडिंग ऑफ द कर्व शाइनेस। लेटरल वर्टिकल क्लियरेंसेस जो अंडर पास वगैरह के लिए हैं, हम उसमें देखते हैं कि भाई हम जो है उसको लोग ग्राउंड लेवल के अंदर घुसा देते हैं, जो कि बहुत गलत है, और पूरा क्या कहते हैं वाटर एक्यूमुलेशन पॉइंट्स बन जाते हैं। तो जितने भी हमारे वीयूपी हैं, एलयूपी हैं, एसयूपी हैं, वो समय हमें कम से कम 150 mm ऊपर रखने हैं, जिससे कि वो पानी उसमें ना भरे और वो पूरी तरीके से जो है उसमें मूवमेंट जो है चलता रहे। लेकिन इसके साथ ही साथ एक प्रोजेक्ट को मैं देख रहा था, उसमें मेरे पास में ये वो आया कि वहां पे पीडी थोड़े से और एंथुजियास्टिक हो गए, उन्होंने जो है कलवर्ट्स भी जो है वो भी जो है रेस करा दिए हैं। तो कलवर्ट्स रेस कराने से वहां पे क्या हुआ कि जब बारिश आई है तो वहां पे सारा पानी भर गया, और अब उनको दोबारा से जो है वह कलवर्ट्स के लिए एक और नए जो है सीओएस को जनरेट करके वहाँ पाइप कलवर्ट्स डालने पड़ रहे हैं। तो इस तरीके की मतलब अति उत्साह से बचें थोड़ा सा, और जो चीज़ें डिफाइंड है उन चीज़ों का बेसिक प्रॉपर मतलब समझें कि ये अगर अंडर पास है तो उसका क्या यूटिलिटी है, और अगर वहाँ पे हमें कलवर्ट देना है या क्या कहते हैं उस तरीके की कोई चीज़ देनी है तो उसका जो है बॉक्स कलवर्ट देना है तो उसकी क्या यूटिलिटी है। सर्विस रोड स्लिप रोड्स के बारे में अक्सर हमारे सारे जो पहले अभी तक के शेड्यूल्स आते हैं, जो आपके अभी कई सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स चल भी रहे हैं, उस सब में लिख दिया जाता है कि सारी लेंथ वगैरह ये सब टेंटेटिव है, और इसमें कोई भी चेंज होगा तो उसमें हम कोई भी सीओएस नहीं देंगे, एनी इंक्रीज डिक्रीज कुछ भी होगा तो उसका कोई सीओएस नहीं करेंगे। ये सारी चीज़ें एक्चुअली आज की डेट में चलती नहीं है, क्योंकि इसमें काफ़ी पैसे का इन्वॉल्वमेंट होता है। अगर हम मान लीजिए कोई भी चीज़ कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को बनाने के लिए बोलते हैं तो वो कोई चीज़ फ्री में नहीं करना चाहता है, और ना ही उसको करना चाहिए। इसलिए ये बहुत जरूरी है कि हम सारे स्ट्रक्चर्स, मान लीजिए कोई प्रोजेक्ट 30 किलोमीटर का है और उसमें मान लीजिए 30 स्ट्रक्चर्स भी हैं, तो हमें एक एक स्ट्रक्चर्स को बहुत क्लियरली डिफाइन करके देखना पड़ेगा कि इसमें हमें स्लिप रोड देनी है या इसमें हमें सर्विस रोड देनी है या किस लेंथ तक देनी है, इसमें ऑक्सिलरी लेन्स वगैरह जो है सब उसको देख देख के देना है, एक्सेलरेशन लेन है, डिसेलरेशन लेन है, ट्रांजिशन लेन है, उस सब के बारे में हमें इनिशियली ही बताना है।
Sir, Rajesh sir,
Sir?
sir, few people are asking to give the lecture in English, sir. So आप थोड़ा सा दोनों सा mix कर दीजिए sir. Tamil Nadu and few people are asking in English.
अच्छा, okay.
Combined.
No issue, no issue, no issue. So we have to provide for acceleration, deceleration lane, transition lane, that has to be constructed along with the structures. So we cannot keep this thing open to the concessionaire that wherever that will be provided, it will be included in the contract and no COS will be given. So it is better than that we have to provide them very initially from the beginning in the document itself that at this structure, this much length of the service road is to be provided, this much length of the slip road is to be provided. That has to be clarified very properly and very initially. We have given a percentage of 5% in the document itself, that if a person is going to make more than 5%, then we will provide him the COS, and it is not making the road minus 5%, then we will be asking for the negative COS. So that type of clarity has to be there in the document, and that has to be prepared at the time of this making the DPR itself. At grade intersections, start of bypass, major intersection, you will find that in your documents, we never mentioned about the auxiliary lanes, including storage lane, acceleration lane, deceleration lane, and physical islands to be provided or not. You will not find a treatment what is to be given on these islands, and you just leave it has to be done as per the Schedule D. Schedule D specify number of things, and contractors taking the shelter of Schedule D are not providing anything of that sort on all these major junctions, minor junctions. You will if you go and see the accident data of all the minor intersection of all the projects, you will find that there are major incidents happening at the minor intersections only. These are the minor intersections which are creating lot of troubles to the highway users, because there we don't provide left in, left out facility. Everybody directly from the village is coming with the bullock carts, with the motorcycles, with tractor trolleys. They are directly coming to the this main carriageway. If we doesn't provide them the left in, left out facility with a physical island, so that stop their entry directly to the main carriageway, it is going to create a direct hit with the main carriageway traffic and resulting in loss of public lives. Grid separated intersection, this again the same thing, junction improvement under grid separated shall be carried out as per the manual. But entry, exit roads, cross roads, slip service road, auxiliary lane, storage lane, these all are the factors which are clearly defined in your codes and has to be provided at the time of making the DPR, clearly writing in schedule B and C, so that there is no assumption on neither on the part of NHAI nor on the part of concessionaire that it has to be provided. So they should be prepared from the day one that these things are to be provided. And then only you can make your projects very good. Otherwise, this will be a continuous problem. Road embankments. Whenever we are going for proposed profile, we write proposed profile we are giving in the CD or our drawing section, but that is not being followed, because every time when we are asking this thing, the scope, there is scope, then the concessionaire say that we are having our own design, and design in our IRC 84 or 87 specifies that even a subgrade can be placed only 0.6 meter above the ground level if the HFL is like that only. But practically those things are not providing, because every on greenfield type of alignments, we have to provide a culverts on every 200 meters. So if you see the our codal provisions, we have to provide 1200 meters of this pipe culverts minimum at every 200 meter level. So minimum 1.5 meter embankment we have to provide. So we have to see all these type of things should be written very clearly in our documents so that there should not be any problem. And we are not asking any time we are not asking for the stability of the slopes. Every time, lot of projects we have seen where stability of slopes has not been provided, and later on we are finding that there are slip circle forms and the entire slope is coming along with all the geocell or geogrid or geogreen, etc. Because they are not providing, they are not designing the embankment slope. Please note that up to 3 meter height, you can allow the turfing, which is allowed in your specifications. From 3 to 6 meter, there is not much of this poor pressure. So you can provide this soil retaining structure, that is toe wall, gravity wall, geocell, is this type of things. But suppose if you are going for more than 6 meter of embankment, then necessarily you have to provide stone pitching with stone masonry and grid structures with suitable drains and chute type arrangements, so that they should have effective drainage of water and the slope should not fall down after in 1 or 2 monsoons. So that has to be ensured. The slopes are to be mentioned for two horizontal and 1 vertical. But suppose if you are not going to provide those, you are not having the space, then not less than 1.5 horizontal to 1 vertical should be provided with some measure of toe wall, gravity wall, geocell, so that should stay for a longer time. Pavement design. This is another a very gray area we are looking majorly in this. Pavement design, both type of design has to be done by the concessionaire. It should not be by the consultant. It should not be decided that we should go for this flexible pavement or the rigid pavement. they should do both type of design based on the life cycle cost, so that cost-effective solution should be proposed for the project. This is necessary to reduce the cost of our projects because our project cost is going very high. So that has to be done. Generally in this, I just want to tell you one more thing, that though our codal provision provides for use of CTSB and CTB, but the behavior of CTB is yet to be assessed. It is true that codal provision provides that the CTB, we can lay the CTB, but if possible, you go straight away for the different type of trust, that is providing GSB, WMM, DBM, and BC. Because the behavior of CTB is not known till date, and we have seen a lot of projects, those are having the crack problems and all that. Since very start of the project, after 6 months, we are seeing all those type of problems. Although we cannot deny, but that has to be seen very carefully. And in case if we properly give in our documents, then this type of trust is to be provided, then these type of problems will not come. Contractor or concessionaire cannot play with the designs if we strictly provide that flexible payment with these type of trust composition has to be given. Raid roll bridges. Most of the time it has been seen that consultants are not giving the definite spans and superstructures mentioned as per the GAD. They always say that GAD by railways, if any length, width, span, type of superstructure is changed due to any region, COS shall not be considered. Actually, this thing is not correct. We already know what is the railway boundary and how much span, whether they allow the span in between or we have to go for a single span. All those type of things has to be decided by our design consultant at the time of preparation of the DPR. We cannot go straight away asking the contractor or concessionaire to deal with this fact with a closed eye. Suppose a 60-meter span is to be given, and after GAD, if we ask him to prepare a span of say 80 meter or 75 meter, then there is an exponential expenditure to the concessionaire or contractor. They will never provide you that type of span free of cost. So it is better that we straight away ask our design consultant to give it properly. And if we take the proactive action with the railway authorities, then by the time our DPR will be prepared, because we are now giving 1.5 years to 2 years time. So by that time, complete GAD will be approved by the railways if we take this action, early action, and so that there will not be any problem of COS. Number of COS are coming because of this span change, type of structure change. This type of COS has to be eliminated at the time of preparation of the DPR. Another one thing we have seen very frequently in this causing COS, DPR consultant should exercise the caution that wherever the ROB is provided in lieu of existing crossing, level crossing, is a rule of railway, the RUB must be proposed. They are proposing the existing railway crossing should be closed without proposing the RUB, and that is not allowed by the local persons, by the local district magistrates. And later on, we are coming with the COS proposal for that. So that is not correct. We should initially keep in mind this thing is a very important thing. Railway has categorically asked that RUB should be given if you have to propose the existing level crossing. So that is to be kept in mind. Safety type of barriers are, these are the barriers and all type of barriers are having a different type of utility and clearly written in our codes that where it has to be provided. I have seen wire ropes has been provided on the structures, top of the structures. That is not correct. Wire rope at the top of the structures will always be fatal, will create a fatal accident. There has to be a complete rigid type of structures. So those type of, now ministry also has given the instruction that only rigid type of structure, this crash barrier shall be provided on the structures. So that has to be kept in mind, that where this wire rope has to be provided, where W beam has to be given, where thigh beam has to be given. A thigh beam on the expressways, if we are having the median of more than 9 meter, thigh beam is not to be given. If there is a median of less than 6 meter, say 9 meter, say 6 meter, 7 meter, then we have to provide on either side this thigh beam crush barrier on both sides of the medians. So these type of things, we know what type of project we are going to execute and what type of DPR is going to be prepared. So these type of things has to be seen minutely right from day one in while preparing of the DPR, so that these are corrected at the very stage. And Schedule B should clearly mention that this thing has to be done for this much land at these locations, so that later on we should not face any type of COS on account of these type of things. Now, some of the things of the Schedule C. Toll plaza, we simply give the that toll plaza has to be constructed at this location. We never say how much will be the toll length, how will be the toll booths, where will be the way bridges, electrical system, toilet facility, internet facility. These type of things we are not mentioning in our Schedule C. We simply say that one toll plaza has to be constructed based on the traffic projection. So that is not correct. Lot of details has been mentioned in our circulars, in our IRC documents. So that has to be clearly seen right from the beginning, and association in the DPR is the prime most, is even more important criteria than going for the execution. Execution is done by the concessionaire, especially, and overseen by the consultant. If the PD and our NHI staff give them the land, forest clearance, environment clearance from the day one of the appointed date, then they only have to visit seldomly just for making a quality check and just see whether Schedule B and C are being complied or not. But DPR, if we are not providing all those things, then in implementation time, our task becomes so huge that every time we have to propose a COS, and that has to be seen by the RO, that has to be seen by the headquarters, that will go to EC and all that. So lot of time is being consumed, lot of things are not being done in a proper time, creating lot of troubles and exchequer, loss of exchequer. Suppose if we are not having any COS, then project can be completed within the scheduled time and we can start our tolling. But because of these type of structures coming later on, we are providing approvals, and we have to approval also in headquarter takes some time, because everything has to be seen. Financial implication is there, stage 1, stage 2, every type of things. So it is better that from the DPR point of view, we should start taking a proper initiative in the DPR itself to complete this, so that there should not be major problems at the time of execution. All these are the, I will be sharing this with you. This presentation you can, this network admin will be sharing. So you can see I have written so many points. That point of sale should be there, overhead sign should be there, solar panel should be there, medium or speed vane motion system, that should be there. All lanes should be equipped with hybrid ETC documents, unless now if this web-based tolling is coming. Till that such time, all these things are to be provided. Traffic signs, we simply say that it is mentioned in Schedule D, so you provide traffic signs as mentioned in IRC SP 84. Actually, if we exactly go to the course, then you will find there are 150 type of signs which are to be placed on the different type of highways. So if you select a proper highway like a 4-lane or 6-lane, you will see that more than 30 to 35 type of signs are to be provided. So those type of things has to be mentioned right from the DPR stage in Schedule C itself. We should not write that it should be as per the Schedule D, because Schedule D never provide our scope. Schedule D provide the specification. So this thing has to be clearly kept in your mind, that our scope is defined by Schedule B and C, and the specification of Schedule B and C are defined by Schedule D. So it is exactly you have to do that. Schedule C should clearly define that these type of gantry has to be placed on this type of structures, where initial this type of science cautionary, where you have to provide informatory, where you have to provide facility, where you have to provide route markers, where you have to provide. So these all type of things has to be given in the DPR itself in Schedule C. DPR consultants has to give the number required for each science. Location and placement of signages shall be finalized in consultation with the independent engineer. That can be done later on, but at least they have to provide that number, these type of this much number of signs have to be provided. Oh, this same the overhead gantry signs, cantilever gantry sites. This we are just saying it will be as per IRC SP 84, but these are to be provided initially. At least the number and placement has to be done. Number has to be given. Number, size, and everything has to be given at the initial in Schedule C itself. Road delineators, reflective pavement markers, all these things, reflective pavement markers and road struts. These are the life-saving equipments at the road. Whenever there are a foggy condition or there are night conditions, lights are not there, these road struts are giving like a feeling that you are running on the runway. So these, and they are very less costly. The best of the best road struts cost around 150 rupees per number. So if you can provide all these things, are very less expensive and provide a very much safety to the road user during night, foggy condition and all that. So these type of things you have to see right from the beginning that it is given in Schedule C, and only a remark should not be given. It will be provided as per Schedule D. That should be avoided, and simply they should give the number that from entire highway only one line, say center line is to be given, or all the 3 lines has to be given. That you have to decide if there are conditions that you are making the roads in a such type of condition where 4 or 5 months are foggy or having a less less temperature, then you should provide in each lane. And if there are conditions where visibility is much clear, then you can provide at least on center line or the edge line, so that vehicle safety can be ensured. Operation and maintenance centers have to be provided, but it is written in a one incorrect that they are providing in our toll plaza, and our toll plaza are generally make as the garbage land. But the condition in all our documents are very clear. They have to provide at their own cost, and even the area is specified. 2,000 square meter has to be provided by them at their own cost for this highway operation and maintenance center, so that our toll plaza buildings and toll plaza area should be neat and clean. Wayside amenities. Now there is a different circulars on wayside amenities taken up by LHML, but at least if required, you can say that the site needs to be leveled or graded by the whole wayside amenities area. Boundary wall should be constructed so that that area is kept well within the purview of NHAI, in the custody of NHAI, so that whenever wayside amenities persons go, they should not have any trouble in creating the structures there. Truck lay-bys, important things is truck lay-by, we just say has to be provided, but we never say that toilet blocks which are provided there. See, this is a very important aspect. Truck will stop there when they will find some solution for toilet blocks are there. They can go and stay there. Stay means they can halt there and go for the toilet, can take bath. This type of facility should be there. Wherever we are providing this toilet block, we are not seeing that from where water will be coming. So at least one arrangement for one boring can be done over the toilet block itself. That should be providing the water for, if toilets are not having water, they will be not good for use in a day or two. And if there are ample water, that can be utilized and that can be cleaned by the Safai Wala also. So those things are to be seen. And these are very important things, though very small, but very important things to get the utility of these things. Even now, if you travel on your roads and you go to these toilet blocks at toll plaza, you will find they are so dirty that if you are traveling with your spouse and or your children, they never like to utilize all those. So that has to be seen, and unless there is a water problem is solved, they cannot be keep up clean also. Highway lighting, only one thing is given in the earlier Schedule C, the lighting shall be provided in accordance with the directions contained in Schedule D. This type of sweeping remarks are very dangerous. We have to specifically written on which type of major. We have seen number of even major bridges, because it is not mentioned, people have not provided any light on the major bridges. So these type of things now have to be avoided. If we are going for a new DPR, then DPR Schedule C, we should clearly mention toll plaza area, rest area, truck lay-by, bus lay-by, built-up sections, grid separated structure, interchanges, flyover, underpass, vehicular underpass, over this thing, vehicular or grid separator, and under also. All the 4 cross arms should be provided at least 50 meters beyond the structure with a complete lighting. That unless you give all those provisions in Schedule C, clearly writing, then it will not be possible for concessionaire contractor will never do it unless you clearly write in your document, in your Schedule C, that these type of things are to be provided at these location to this distance. Because most of the time, if you will see, even in this case, for this highway lighting, our IRC SP 84 also is having a very ambiguous type of clause, which says only 50 meters from the center lighting will be provided on both sides. So now I have seen on many structures, on the people are providing 2 lights on either side, even the ramps are not being illuminated. So these type of things have to be avoided by clearly writing and transparently writing that these lighting has to be provided 50 meters beyond the ramp. So these type of things, these are the part of your schedules, IRC SP 84, 87, everywhere it is written, but not very clearly written. So we have to write in our Schedule C. If we write in Schedule C, then this problem will be over. Rainwater harvesting, another environmental, from the environmental point of view, people are just coming and saying, sir, this area is not in rainwater harvesting, there is water table is very high, so we are not providing. See, arguments can be given on this also, but from the environmental point of view, if you see major part, even in South India, even in North India, even in the Central India, this is water is becoming almost a regular crisis. And people are coming and saying, sir, because the water commission has not given this area in a water scarcity area, so we are not providing. See, one thing you have to see very clearly, that this is a condition. And this can only be maintained by clearly writing in our Schedule C that these are to be provided. Often we see the urban drains. Urban drains in the built-up section, they are not having a definite fallout. So where we are constructing the urban drains, but fallout is not there. That's why they are just filling up in one season or after 15-20 days, and those are not being cleaned. So there also you can provide this type of rainwater harvesting pits. So if you provide, then water at least will go below, down this ground. So these types of things has to be clearly mentioned in your Schedule C. And rainwater harvesting from the regular point of view has to be done. And we should clearly write, if you will not be doing this, then there should be a negative change of scope for from the contract. So these things has to be seen. Medical outpost, if you go and see the condition of the medical outpost, you will find it, neither medicines are there. Our these ambulances are not fitted with GPS, GSM based. You never come to know. Though we are giving regularly instructions, but actually whether it is happening on the projects or not, it just because of that we have never written all these things in Schedule C very clearly. If we write in Schedule C, then the implementation and enforcement of these things will be very easy. Because now, whenever we ask the concessionaire and contractor, they say, sir, this is not written in Schedule C and we have provided the ambulance that is running fine. So if we have to provide the GPS and GSM, then you just give us the COS. So these type of things have to be avoided. And properly written, this can be avoided only by properly written in Schedule C. If you write, then only people will be able to understand. Then this will be having an additional thing. This is a life-saving thing on your highways. It is. I have seen number of highways where people are doing an excellent job with these ambulances. And one thing I have requested, wherever I have visited, I have requested all the PDs to give a widespread this thing in local newspapers or in local print media and this thing, so that at least some good part of these ambulances can be highlighted. And name of NHAI, brand name of NHAI should also be highlighted, that we are providing these type of emergency facilities to so much of the people, and each and every PD can do it, because they are all now almost everybody is having 2 or 3 O&M projects and 2 or 3 construction projects. So at least they have to maintain all these things and can be done very easily. If PD once go, even if after a month, and check what are the medicines available, whether oxygen is working, whether the stretchers are working or not, whether only the driver can take the person single-handedly to the ambulance or not. If you check all these things, then people will get alert. And from now onwards, if you provide all these details in Schedule C, then they have to go without fail, they have to provide all these things. And this is the most, and the last part I just want to tell, there are so many other parts which I have skipped in this presentation, just because of paucity of time. I just want to give you two more things. So this I have reduced, but see, everything I have written in the Schedule B and C, which has been already circulated to you. And I have written with all the clauses also. If anybody is having any problem in the clauses, they can send a query to SRDQ, and I will give them another document which are written from where we have taken that. Nothing I am telling you is not out of the box. All these things are mentioned in your codal provisions, IRC codes, either or in IRC 84 SP or 87 SP. Everything has been written. SP 99, everything has been written. This ATMS, I have shown number of times. The people of Andhra must be knowing, PDs, that where we have seen number of clips, you can see very clearly where the accident is happening and why it is happening, everything very clearly. Provided this, you provide all these systems, your video incident detection systems will be there, speed detection systems will be there, traffic management monitoring camera should be there. These type of things, earlier we just providing a very little here and there, and we are not observing these things. But now it has become very seriously, we have to consider this, because number of kilometers now, almost 50% we have already constructed what has been given to us, and we are doing operation and maintenance. Our most of the part in which we are lacking is the highway accidents. Every year we find the data of 1.5 lakhs, 1.7 lakhs people are dying annually, and we are not able to reduce that data. So for all those type of data, accident mitigation is a very important thing which has to be done. Recently, yesterday, one circular I have seen is issued by the NHAI, that one of the manager now is going to be the O&M manager and the part of the O&M team. The complete O&M will be seen by that manager and will not be given any other further type of job. That type of initiative, when NHAI is taken, then this becomes a very important thing. See, initially, whenever we construct the project, operation and maintenance cannot be 100%. We cannot say that our highway is 100% safe. We can take lot number of these mitigation measures, but still there may be some points which may be left, and that all has to be observed during operation and maintenance time. And if we correctly monitor all those points and do the accident analysis and come out with the mitigation measures, then only we can reduce the accidents. Accident mitigation is a very serious issue and can be done only by our continuous efforts, and not by only simply saying that only this, wherever there is an accident and black spot, you just provide a VUP on that. That is not a solution. So that's all for my first presentation. Now I'll be showing you some of the slides on some good measures which we have. See, one of the major thing is this design speed. We say design speed will be 100 kilometer. People are deciding that summit curves, they are going for the ISD. But valley curves, they are just designed based on the headlight side distance. That is SSD and not ISD. This is the major reason for the rear collision of the vehicles. Number of times you will be finding there are a rear collision and you don't find the reason, because our summit curves are designed for ISD and valley curves are designed for SSD. This is a major thing, has to be eliminated in all the DPRs. Separator between the main carriageway or service road. This is very essential when we are going in the this built-up areas. If we do not provide this, every possibility of accident, people crossing the roads, not from the designated point of view, but from the anywhere they try to cross the roads and creating the lot of accidents. So that has to be seen wherever we are going in built-up area. Please provide. These is exit and entry ramps. It's a very special type of thing. See, I have taken this actual picture of Varanasi Mirzapur project, and one of this unsafe ramps of Delhi Panipat section. If you see from the red lines, there are definite from the project. You have to, from where you have to go inside, exit, take the exit, and where you have to go is take the entry of the ramps. Whereas in Delhi Panipat section, if you see, there is a opening is left, which is having, from there only people will enter and people will exit, then they will create a conflict zone. So this type of things has to be eliminated right from the beginning while preparing the DPRs. At grade junction, this is a very important issue. This is very, very important issue. And I can assure you at today, more than 85% of the VUPs, this has not been provided. I am continuously asking, see this belt type of structures after this thing, VUP, it has necessarily to be provided. I'll be giving you this, unless you provide, then you are just creating two black spots and eliminating only one black spots. The cross traffic is not safe unless you provide this bell mouth. So people coming from this thing, he should see, the driver should see the cross traffic which is coming. So this, please provide all these things. I can still say that 80% of the projects are not like this. So please, this is a very serious issue, and you will see in the local areas, accidents are happening only at this point of time, please. Retaining structures. We are providing retaining structures by providing this half of the partial RE wall. Though in some of the contracts we write like that can be allowed, but generally the code does not provide this partial retaining wall, RE wall. Sorry, not retaining, RE wall. So please don't provide RE wall, because the structures, it is clearly written in our IRC 84 and 87, 84 that structure has to be 6-lane. Wherever we are providing this 4-lane highways, structures are 6-lane. So there is no need of providing this partial RE wall. This is always creating a problem, and this should not be done. See, these are the embankment slope protection. people with the higher embankment of more than 6 meters, it properly should be provided with stone pitching and the chute type of drainage system, so that embankment slopes are not disturbed. Drainage of main carriageway, generally, though both the things are allowed in our code, that on a super elevation section, you can give the median chutes, and from the water from the one carriageway can be transferred to the other carriageway. But basically, we should avoid that to stop the deterioration of the other type of carriageway. We should provide in the median, we should provide a drain, and then water should be collected at designated point of culverts. These are median opening, and the expressway especially should be provided this type of arrangement, so that whenever we require something, then it can be used. Clearance is wrong placement of the sign. See where the sign has been given, this 5.5, it is not, it cannot be seen by any of the person. And this wrong lane marking merging sign, it is exactly the opposite has been given here. This cantilever sign, see where in the first picture, if you see that cantilever sign has been given, where we have given so much of information. So this type of informative sign should be given at least for the half gantry, complete from median to this thing, the shoulder, so that people coming with in the extreme lane, the fastest lane, should read this. And the second picture, you will see that they have given the cantilever sign, but they have taken right up to the center of the road. That should be placed at least only up to the edge of the this thing, curve, edge of the shoulder, sir. So these type of things has to be seen. If you go for the codes, everything is written there, but still you find all these placement, all these type of things placed at your signs. The third picture, if you see the correct way of marking the edge lines, people can be coming and merging with the very smoothly on these type of things. Otherwise, merging will not be proper. People will not be able to merge, and there will be accidents. See, severance shine has to be provided very clearly. Landscape below the grid separated structures. This we have provided in our Nagpur, this Sakuli Lakhani flyover. Below this, very good gardens are given, just to avoid the garbage throwing by the local people at these type of areas. If you see these, because our highway is going from the top, the places below this flyovers are often become the garbage stand for the local people. So we should avoid all these things, and this can be done at almost no cost. Landscape planning must be done, because we are having lot of areas on our this type of interchanges. So landscaping planning should be done properly. Now these are the structures we have seen. There, see, the floor protection is already missing. Our if you see the second one, this earth is coming and going inside the culvert itself. So these are not serving the purpose. When we are making all these type of structure with so much of the cost, then we have to take care of the things that it should be properly done. These are the things. See, very shabby type of this high embankment structure. If you see how chute and chute type arrangements and energy dissipation chambers have not been provided, which are eroding at a later date. Whenever there is a problem, then water is flowing down, and they are just eroding the toe of the this slope. See this type of this thing, slope protection. If you see first structure, second structure, third structure, these type of things should be avoided very clearly. Now we are having all our documents clearly written, all our this IRC specifications very clearly, and people are having the lot of experience in NHAI, and the person who are associated with NHAI, they are all our consultants or our stakeholders. They are all are having the proper this thing knowledge what has to be done, but we don't find that why these type of things are being accepted by the consultant, by the PDs, and by and why they are being made by the concessionaire also. has to be avoided. And this I especially want to show you. This is the arrangement for, it's a very special arrangement and very small arrangement for expansion joint construction. See, these are very, you can see the expansion joint, and then we have placed two this girders, and there is a screw fixed with. If you go and see this, make this arrangement, all the problems which are coming in all the joints can be eliminated without any problem. Our codes are now been revised. We have to make the PC first, and then we have to cut the places wherever joint has to be placed, and then joint have to be placed and welded properly so that it should not have any level difference from the roads. And later on, this concreting has to be done, and joints will be perfect in position. If somebody wants to see the construction of these type of joints, he can go the 3 kilometers flyover in Nagpur to Chhattisgarh Road, where we have constructed this, and now you can also try a number of your projects, and this problem of expansion joint construction will be over once for all. Street lighting, see, street lighting very scantily we are not seeing, and see the other picture that has been done in Nagpur itself. If you see the lighting, how it is illuminating. So lighting should be proper while we are seeing all these things. Very small things, but unless we write very clearly in our schedule C, contractor, concessionaire, they are not going to provide. They just go by the minimum provision they can do, and they want to go away with that. So that should be avoided, and can be avoided only by writing in a special C. So they can also, concessionaire contractor can also have the money kept in reserve for those type of activities. So they will also bid accordingly. This is a boundary wall. Earlier I said this boundary wall is being constructed without a plinth beam, which generally does not have any meaning, because independent column does not have any strength unless plinth beam is being constructed on the boundary wall. It is being taken away by the local villagers with the help of their tractor trolley. So please avoid all these things, and from the initial step itself, it is may see all these things, and consultants may see, and this should not be allowed to construct without this plinth beam. Metal beam, crash barrier safety, there's a lot of things. Crash tests are, people are saying crash test has been done, but crash test conditions are very different. You see bus is empty, whenever buses is full of the load, then if it take if it strikes to the metal beam crash barrier, results would be different. So these are type of things have to be avoided. And please see, one thing you have to see that, see how even this type of things, how it is coming. So these type of things have to be avoided. People are saying it coming, telling sir 2 mm of crash barrier can sufficiently crash test pass. People are avoiding the other type of things. That should not be done. These are very clearly written IRC codes. They provide that this crash barrier has to be placed in because of this type of things has to be done. That should be done. See, safety barriers. If you go and see the last end this thing, end treatment, so it should be doubled, and the placing of the post should be minimum. 5 posts should be at the 600 mm and 5 posts should be 900 mm. Generally, we are placing the post at the 2 meter to 1.5 meter. But at the end, wherever we are going to end, it should be doubled placed and should be 600. These all specifications are given, but yet to see on the sides. Roadside hazards are to be protected. See here, the gantry is clearly seen, but it is not being protected. This N type of best practices, N type of this, first says the poorly fixed, and the second says it is given in the codes how it has to be fixed. This N treatment on the parapet wall. And if you can provide the attenuators, this is the best. Attenuators can be, if you give in Schedule C that attenuators are to be provided, then on major structures, say major bridges, you can provide these attenuators. You can see in the picture 2. MBC we fixed at this, has to be fixed before this curve in such situations. This was the presentation, but I just want to show one more slide. I'll take another 10 minutes time, though 1 o'clock has been done, but I will just tell you one slide only about the road safety aspects.
Go ahead, Rajiv, go ahead.
We are having 3 types of contracts, and provision is there in all the 3 types of contracts for this road safety, how road safety has to be done. Type of contract, how to ensure it is clearly written. EPC firm has to give the name of 3 safety consultants to be appointed to oversee the complete design as per safety code IRC, but it is not being seen. People are just giving thappas, that is not required. Please see. M1 BOT contract, the treatment is different, but it is clearly written in the contract itself. I'll be sharing this also. These are the major things: conceptualization, design stage where data is not collected, is not the true representative of the actual ground scenario, which often result in wrong designs and improper execution. So because of this only, we have tried to disassociate in the design consultant with the associate. If associates are not there, major people are going, then this type of things can be eliminated. Data so collected are generally by fresh or less experienced people, that should be avoided. Greenfield bypass are not being investigated properly for crossroad, generally for the crossroad and requirement of local villagers, that can be avoided by public consultations, by involving the local MPs, MLAs and district administration, that should be done. Aspects during the construction stage, 3 types of contracts we are having, they are all in lump sum time, but wherever we ask the consultant, they say, okay, sir, I have written a letter to the, and they are not complying. And some of the consultants are coming with the fact that ignorance is bliss, sir, I do not know what this also has to be done. So this type of practice has to be avoided now. We have come a long way of 25 years, more than 30 years of NHAI journey. This has to be avoided. Also, the certified road safety auditors who we place are not having the proper knowledge, and they are also not giving the proper solutions. So please see that these type of, because now we have also are having the more than 250 our trained manpower road safety auditors in NHAI itself. So all those persons, I earlier suggested to the chairman, sir, that the RO should make the teams of 2-3 people in their RO itself, and they should go oftenly to the project site and give their reports. So this can be checked by the independent teams. O&M stage, this is more important. The phase of this is the phase of check and balance, is also the phase of self-correction based on the data of accidents on the roads by properly identifying the causes of such failure and their corrective measures. This is, I tell you, is very important to stop the 1.5 lakh or 1.7 lakh last year, what data has been given by the ministry, casualties on our roads. This is very important, and this has to be corrected. And this is a correction process. Unless we do it, it can't be avoided. But unfortunately, our system is not equipped to that extent. We are just landing up in collecting the accident data, providing a solution which is generally not cost effective. In one of my DRB, I have just gone see the project where this road, black spots are to be mitigated. And I find just a village road is coming, and there the consultant has provided this data, this complete structure of a flyover. So even at this point of time, I asked PD that if this can be avoided, this should be avoided, because a lot of problems are coming in land acquisition, and even after the providing the complete completion of the initial period of time, even we are not able to provide the land because of this type of problems. And in actual, that is not required there. So that can be avoided if we generally know that what has to be done for this type of things. Only Wherever we are finding accident, there is not the only one solution has been provided. You just give a structure over the accident point. But that is definitely, I can see, if you see from the road safety measure point of view, if you can provide little here and there, provide some blockage, provide some left in, left out facilities, nothing can be, you do not require to provide this type of structure and can save enormous cost of NHAI. Everything, whatever is placed on the highway is a hazard. So we have to see all these things. And now I come to the last slide of this session. See, but I will take little time on this. Approach road shall be grade with the main carriageway. A very important aspect. You must see, you will be seeing the village roads or the side roads which are leading to your this thing, main carriageway. They are having a level difference of 1.5 meters, say 2 meters sometimes, because we are making this embankments also. And if those roads are not coming to the level of our carriageway, then people cannot see. The people from the village are coming with the cars or their tractor trolley. They can't see, and they can straight away, they will come with a force and a speed just to take their tractor trolley on the road, and will come with a very far speed and will take almost 2/3 of the road, and there will be always a fatal accident. These type of things has to be avoided on each and every this thing. It's a major safety point. Last time I went to this West Bengal, I asked people who are there in this bypass, 2-3 such cases I have seen, and I came to know that accidents are happening there. So those type of things has to be seen. Extra lane shall be provided at the median opening so that sufficient radius is available for safe turning of the vehicles. Shelter lane shall also be provided so that possibility of conflict traffic time, high speed vehicles of main carriageway is reduced. See, this is the another median opening is not a rocket science, but this is a very pure science. You have to see whether on your carriageway, which type of traffic this median is going to cater. If the median is going to cater the small traffic, you can provide whatever you are providing for, say 20 meter, 25 meter. But if there is an industrial area or that type of area where larger trailer are to be moved, or trailer are to take cross the median opening, then necessarily you require a larger type of median opening so that there should not be a point. So these things have to be seen on the basis of the site itself. There cannot be a one single line, 20 meter can be provided, 25 meter can be provided. These type of things has to be site specific so that you can avoid the reverse movement. You see, if the median opening is not provided, you will see a lot of reverse movement from the local users of that median for crossing that median. And that becomes a major conflict and major accident prone area or major problem on that highway. So it is a very important aspect and to see. And if you correct it, nothing is going to happen. You will find accident have been reduced almost to zero or almost very negligible. And third is the opening of VUP shall be well mouth shaped, which I show you in the slide for the good practice, that unless you provide this bell mouth shape, then the traffic, the driver which is coming from the VUP, he cannot see which type of vehicle is coming from the crossroads. And often there are accidents. We are just mitigating one point black spot, but we are creating at the both ends of that. So 2 black spots we are creating. That should be avoided. The main reason for not being provided is bell mouth is that whenever this contractor concessionaire go to the site, at such places he try to just to grab the site, he just made the drains, outer drains, and then he start making the construction of the structure and this side roads, slip roads. But this has to be seen that at the entry or exit of this VUP, down below, there should be a proper bell mouth, a curvature is given in your IRCs, curvature is given in your this thing, but if this is not being provided, this is a point of concern. Next is the direct entry of all side road is to be stopped on the main carriageway. This is a very important aspect. This is a very important aspect. I see, if you see a project, there will be 2 or 3 major junctions, but you will find that major accidents are being happened at the places where there are minor junctions. Because minor junctions, we are not giving any treatment. And this is the point, whether you do anything or not, at least you provide left in, left out facilities of all these minor junctions. And the direct entry to the site should be completely stopped. If you have to take some land acquisition on that, almost every time you are having more than 60 meter ROW, so land is already available most of the time. But if you are not having, then please ensure this left in, left out facility. Otherwise, after 1 year, you will come with a proposal कि सर वहाँ पे बहुत accident हो रहा है और हमको जो एक VUP वहाँ देना है. I have seen this type of things in Kurnool, Kurnool Road, when I was traveling from Kadapa to Kurnool. The people were coming with this 400 crores of COS where this type of problem were to be mitigated. If you provide this direct entry, if you can stop left in, left out, left in, left out facility, you provide, stop the direct entry to the main carriageway. You don't have to provide any structure. And this is the major safety aspect. You do any other thing or not, at least take care of this minor junctions. These minor junctions are the major point of accidents. If you see the accident data, you will find that. Junction design is an art with engineering and proper dimensions of the signages are to be placed for ensure proper crossings of the traffic. Junction designing, often we see they are not being provided. The people are not seeing the amount of the conflict area. Generally, in these type of junctions, we have the concept of crossing the area with minimum conflict point. The traffic should be given a proper guiding this islands so that it can pass smoothly. But generally, people are having in the mind, if we are having a long or this long type of median opening, then traffic can pass smoothly because it will be having a greater space. But it is not like that. If we provide a greater space, it will create a greater conflict. So it is reverse. The people have to change their mind. Then it should not be. It should be a proper guiding. This junction has to be designed with a minimum conflict area. So please ensure this, that junction design should be done by a good junction design traffic design engineer with a proper designing should be given, or wherever there is a Y type of junction should be avoided. If that can be avoided, you are having a land available. It should be a almost cross junction, say 190% angle you have to cross. That should be avoided. Median openings are to be provided after detailed survey of traffic to ensure the stoppage of reverse movement of the vehicles. This is a very important aspect. If suppose there is a traffic and if you have to provide a median opening which cannot take the load of both the side, and if you see that people have to come people are coming reverse also, then after a island, you can give another, just like we are providing a slip road or the service road, you can provide a service also 100 meters and can open in front of this median opening so that people can smoothly can cross that road. This type of things can be designed. The ends of MBCV shall be properly placed. The major things is the Y junction shall be improved as T junctions, so the speed of approaching vehicle is reduced and severity of probable conflict is reduced. If we are having the less area for crossing, then definitely the service of the vehicles which are coming should be reduced, and that can be avoided. So this is the take from me. I'll be happily taking your questions. You can write any type of questions and can send it to the SRDQ sections, which I will possibly try to reply after some time. ठीक है? Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share my ideas with you. And thank you, Chairman, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.